Afternoon, people, afternoon. I thought I would expand a little bit more on the article that I posted up this morning around, I suppose, a bit about taking the piss about people that say, oh, if you want to lose weight, you just need to move more, you just need to eat less, etc. And just to explain why it is a lot more than just that, as you probably well know, having tried it. And also, people often ask why I bash on quite a bit around mindset and all the rest of it after having 15 and still having 15 years of being a PT. Well, it is a lot more than just what you eat and what you exercise. Let me ask you this. How many times, or have you ever heard or used the phrase, oh, no matter what I do, I just put on weight really easily, or I really struggle to lose weight? Or you might find that after eating certain things, you feel bloated. Maybe you get some kind of wind or burps. Maybe you get IBS. Maybe you get some kind of sort of stomach issues and things like that. Well, this is going to tell you why. There is a huge metabolic chemical reaction and link between the brain and the gut. If you think about it, people through stress, hey Lucy, people through stress have created stomach ulcers due to nothing at all that they've eaten, nothing that they've physically done, but through building up stress in daily life and stress in the head, they've managed to create ulcers in the stomach. How's that happened when they've not digested something? So that shows that there is a huge link between how your brain operates, how you think, the internal dialogue that you use, and gut digestive health. Big link there. So this is already starting to give you a little, Laura, this is already starting to give you a little showcase as to it is more than just what you eat from there. So let's break this down a little bit further. We have two nervous systems that work in our body, and these are controlled via our state of mind, these two nervous systems. And bear with me, because this is going to get around and tell you why there might be a struggle losing weight. So first off, number one, we've got the parasympathetic nervous system, which is also known as our rest and digest system. When we are in our logical brain set, right at the front of our head here, we've got something called the prefrontal cortex, which is known as our logical brain, the human brain. When we're in there, we're feeling happy, we are focused, we know what we need to be doing, we know that we shouldn't be doing this, we know why we shouldn't be doing these things. So when we're in there, we're acting logically, and this triggers throughout our body, chemical reactions and everything. This triggers our parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest. When we're in that, everything's fine, body temperature's relaxed, heart rate is relaxed, blood pressure is nice and level. Blood is operating and working around our digestive system, because our digestive system is a huge system. We just think, right, I'll grab that, I'll eat that, that's that done. There is a massive chemical reaction, a metabolic reaction that goes on through our body to not just break foods down, because it goes down through our esophagus, down into our stomach. Stomach starts to break it up. Actually, the first route of digestion starts in the mouth. We build saliva. So when we're in this parasympathetic system, when our brain is operating from our logic, we're producing a nice amount of saliva. We're digesting, peristalsis, the squeezing of food working through our digestive system is working okay. Let's get my car out of the way. There you go. That's coming down through the esophagus into the stomach. It continues to make enzymes in there to break the food down properly, pushes it into the intestines. You get a biology lesson here. All of this is happening effectively when we're operating from a parasympathetic nervous system, and that only happens when we're acting or thinking and operating from our logical prefrontal cortex brain. All right. So then, when you're in that, not only, as I say, are you feeling happy, you're feeling relaxed, you're focused, you know that if I touch that flame, I've got a candle here, I'll burn my finger. So everything is working well there. But you will also lose weight when you eat the right foods. Nikki, when you eat the right foods, you'll lose weight when you're operating from that section of the brain, because it is triggering your nervous system to work as it should do. So that is what we want. This is why we need to be relaxed, certainly around meal times. If we're fretting, if we're feeling stressed for some reason, that is going to affect us. So let's flip on to the opposite, which is why we don't lose weight, why we might get digestive issues, why we might feel bloated after eating certain foods and everything. When we are, as the phrase says, out of our minds, that is talking about being out of this prefrontal cortex here and moving into something called our reptilian brain. It's one of the oldest found sections of the brain, which is very reactive. It literally is there to keep us safe. It is our fight or flight system. Think about it in the wild. The gazelle is eating, munching on the grass. As soon as the lion comes along, fucking hell, it changes from parasympathetic nervous system to sympathetic. It's exactly the same as us. Goes into fight or flight mode. Heart rate goes up. Sweaty palms. Do gazelles get sweaty palms? No, but we get sweaty palms. Blood pressure goes up. Pupils dilate. Blood moves away from all the muscles and the organs that we don't need and moves to those to react in a fight or flight. So in the gazelle's case, moves to the legs, gets the fuck out of there. And this is how we operate. When we are feeling stressed, whatever it is, we don't tend to get hunted by lions nowadays, but as we well know, we create a shitload of our own stressors. Be it, oh my God, what should I say? Wonder if I should post this on Facebook. What are they going to say when I go to this meeting? What's that email about from there? Kids are off ill today. What am I going to do? We create so many of our own stressors. And when we do that, just like the gazelle, we move into the sympathetic nervous system. Our brain doesn't think, yeah, but it's mealtime, chill out, I'm going to eat from there. If we are operating from the sympathetic nervous system, if we're feeling stressed, for whatever reason, it switches. We move blood away from the digestive system. We'll start to create, as you well know, if you've tried eating something when stressed, you produce a lot less saliva. Step one. The esophagus isn't working. That's producing a lot less of and the stomach produces something called chyme, which is there to break down alongside the enzymes, break down all the foods. So none of this is working properly. There's not enough blood going to the system because fight or flight system is literally that. Blood is moving to our legs, the big muscles of the body, because we've got adrenaline up. We're feeling stressed. Even if you're like, yeah, I'm not that stressed. If you are worried about stuff, you are not operating from your parasympathetic nervous system. So if you sit and eat when you are feeling in those situations, foods are not going to be digested as well as you would want them to be. So when foods don't get digested well, you'll start to get trapped food within your intestines. You'll start to get wind. You'll start to get IBS. You'll be getting irritation around the stomach and the intestines. You'll get bloating. People can get food intolerances if they are regularly operating from the sympathetic nervous system. Equally, you won't lose weight. No matter if you're eating salads and chicken and broccoli for every meal at a time, you will not lose weight because you are not digesting food properly. Your digestive system is not working properly. And all of that is because of what's going on up there. That is the controlling thing. Not the fact of, I know I should be eating salad, so I need to eat salads, Straight away, that's another stressor from there. So, whereas Gillian McKeith was saying, you are what you eat, that's more bullshit that woman comes up with, literally. I would say it's more who you are when you eat, literally with regards to your state of mind. So, in closing on this one, I hope this has given you a few little light bulbs on here. This is not some kind of a diet on here. This is not me about to say, don't eat. But logically, if you are in a stressed state, for whatever reason it is, I would not eat just because it is lunchtime, just because it's breakfast, just because it's dinner time. Because, as we've just highlighted there, your body is not going to be digesting foods as you want them to be. So if it means, all right, I'm just going to leave eating for a couple of hours, I'm just going to try and address this stressor, try and relax and bring yourself down. There are so many different methods, and again, we're not going to go into that here, of how you can move back into this logical brain and parasympathetic system. But just be aware that it is not about, as you well know, you've all done it before, you've all tried to eat healthy, well, hopefully you are eating healthy, but you know what I mean. It is not just a case of eating the right foods, exercising a bit, bang, everybody looks like, I was going to say Pamela Anderson. Jesus, granddad, come on. Who wants to look like Pamela Anderson now? But you know what I mean? Again, it is all a case of getting up here sorted first, because when you're sorted up here, everything will flow correctly for you. I'm not going to say it's going to happen every single day, because we all know we get little stresses, but it's about managing our stress as well, addressing those things that affect us and then trying to correct those from there. Hope that helps out. Gillian posted up there, what are the best exercises to flatten the tummy and hips, Mark? Go back to the beginning and watch this again. I'll talk about them on another one for you. Alex, hello. You've just come in, but you've just missed it. I would definitely go back and watch it. I think I've tempted you in enough with the title. But I hope that makes a little bit of sense. I would love to hear if it doesn't. If you've got any questions, feel free to pop them up and I'll come back and answer them. But yeah, this is just a massive realisation that I think very likely, very unlikely, any other PT is likely to tell you. They'll probably just tell you to label up your meals, chicken and broccoli, keep it going. But state of mind is huge for not just health and losing weight, but yeah, having your body operate as it should do, I think, from there. Hope that helps out and gives you some food for thought, and a bad pun. All right, school pickup time. Speak to you later. Thanks, guys, for watching. Cheers, bye.